tape. And when it came to the recall, I I shared that with the team. I shared that with the producer. I shared that with the director. And so God definitely put his hand on me, and he just I was ushered through that experience because it was for me, that specific gig. And there are other gigs that are going to come that are going to just be for me. And I think that's the case with everybody in any path that they choose, really.
Mm. Wow. So that's amazing because the series African Queens in Njinga is executive produced by Jada Pinkett Smith, and I guess the remit is to shine a light on I guess previously under kind of celebrated African royalty. I think series two will focus on Cleopatra, and I'm hoping there will be maybe we'll also see some African kings. Shaka Zulu's right here. So yeah. So I think it's amazing. It's so amazing to see a show like that because whilst you and me might be familiar um, with Njinga and all these queens, there's people that are not. There's people that don't know anything about it, and I just remember watching this and thinking, this is so informative, but it's done in such an well, kind of skillful way. Like you and the whole cast, like really brought the A game, like to such a high level, high quality that it will stick with me. It's stuck with me, or even to now, really. Yeah.
I think the tough thing is that so many of us, you know,
Mm.
don't know these stories. And that's the actual why. Jada shared in a Zoom that she was inspired to come up with this because of a conversation she had with her daughter, because these names of these queens, these African women who are the reason we are here, remember, no one is here without us. Um, they didn't trip off her tongue. She didn't know the names of them. And so she's like, well, we need to do something about that. We can't only know Kunta Kinte, Harriet Tubman, and be like, the slave trade is the only story for the Black experience. So growing up here in the diaspora, in the Americas, in the UKs, we just don't have access or understanding or knowledge or the capacity to even see ourselves as anything other than the minority or the person that gets to be the Black girl in the play. There were many years where I was the only one, and then suddenly I was one of six. And then now in this production, it was the whole production company. It was like magic being there in SA and working on a project that felt so important. It was it's also embarrassing when you think that I didn't know as much as I do know about Njinga now, but just so exciting that there is now a platform. And even the fact that it's a documentary series, it means that it's something people don't just binge once and be like, oh, I'm done with it because it's a show. No, it's an educational piece of material. It's based around fact. So people have the opportunity now to keep going back to it. Watch it with their children, watch it with their classmates. It's going to be watched in universities in Chicago and Nairobi around the world so that people can have a resource that they can access.
Mm.
We have access now, and that we didn't have that.
Yeah. And I so kind of like, yeah, I agree with everything that you just said, especially in regards to kind of access to information.